In a small coastal village in Okinawa, Japan, there lived a boy named Haruto. At 17, Haruto was known across his community for his endless acts of kindness. While most teenagers focused on sports, studies, and hanging out with friends, Haruto dedicated his free time to helping others, whether feeding stray animals, carrying groceries for the elderly, or giving up his lunch for someone else. He found a quiet joy in helping, an inner warmth that no other activity could match. But Haruto's kindness was baffling to many of his friends and family. They teased him for it constantly, calling him too soft and a pushover. Even his younger sister, who secretly admired him, would roll her eyes, saying, "You're just making life harder for yourself." His friends laughed at how he would go out of his way to help people, even if it meant he would end up late for class or would spend his last yen on someone else. "You're just going to get hurt, Haruto. No one is going to help you when you need it," they warned him. Yet Haruto simply smiled and carried on, believing that kindness was not about getting something in return. One frigid winter evening, Haruto spotted an old man who had tripped and spilled his bags in the middle of the marketplace. Without hesitation, Haruto rushed over, picking up the man's groceries and offering him his own coat. But the cold air seeped into his lungs as he helped the old man home, and by the next morning, Haruto was feverish and struggling to breathe. Days passed, and he was diagnosed with pneumonia. His family worried about the expense of his care and told him he'd brought it upon himself. His friends barely visited, convinced that he'd be fine. With no one to care for him, Haruto was forced to suffer in silence. Despite his coughing fits and nights spent in pain, Haruto never felt regret. He held on to his belief in kindness, even as loneliness gnawed at his heart. After weeks of isolation, Haruto finally recovered. Weaker but determined, he returned to his daily routines. Although his family and friends had neglected him, Haruto continued to help everyone he could. He resumed his silent mission to bring warmth and comfort to others, knowing that kindness was a choice, even when it wasn't reciprocated. As the years passed, Haruto faced countless hardships. When he tried to start a small business, many people doubted him, recalling his soft-hearted ways and claiming he wasn't tough enough for success. But Haruto persevered, overcoming each challenge with the same quiet determination he'd shown throughout his life. Slowly, people began to notice his unwavering kindness. Whenever someone stumbled, Haruto was there to help them back up, expecting nothing in return. His warmth and resilience in the face of indifference became a story passed around the village, eventually reaching the neighboring towns. Haruto's selflessness eventually earned him respect far beyond his small community. People from across the region began seeking him out for advice, drawn not by his achievements but by his reputation for compassion and wisdom. Over time, he was elected as the community's leader, a role that would have been unimaginable for a boy once mocked for being too soft. As a leader, Haruto remained humble, treating everyone with dignity and care. Those who had once ridiculed him now admired his steadfastness and even came to him in times of trouble, seeking the warmth they had once denied him. The young boy who had been rejected for his kindness had grown into a man who inspired loyalty, trust, and unity in his community. And so, Haruto's story became a legend, a reminder of the enduring power of kindness. His life taught those around him that true kindness is a strength, not a weakness, and that those who give freely from their hearts, even when met with indifference, leave an unshakable mark on the world. Haruto's kindness, once mocked, had ultimately transformed an entire community. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you'll never miss out on our latest content. Got thoughts, questions, or ideas for future videos? Drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with friends who might find it helpful or fun, and let's keep growing this amazing community. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.